What's up guys? Today we are going to install the new calipers on the car. Basically we're going to need to install the rotors, the new rotors, the calipers, brake pads, and move over the brake line onto the new calipers. It's going to be a pretty easy job to do. There's a few things that we need to go over just so you guys are aware on if you want to do this similar setup. I did it the cheapest possible way, which I didn't get any cross drilled or slotted rotors. I just got cheapest rotors I could buy that were gonna fit. On that aspect now, apparently I slapped on the calipers without swapping the rotors on because I just wanted to see what it looked like, and it looked like it fit without getting new rotors. So I was very confused on why I needed to buy new rotors. I put the new rotors up against it, and they were just like just like a hair bigger, like a couple millimeters bigger around. So I was very confused at why I needed new rotors, because I was like, maybe I could save, I don't know, the $70 I spent on two new front rotors. Apparently on 06 to 08, I'm gonna throw the sheet up here. Our cars from 2006 to 2008 came with bigger rotors than the 03 to 05 for the front. If you look at the sheet that I should be displaying right now, it's like 12.6 diameter for the non-Brembo rotors and 12.8 for the Brembo rotors. It's just a slight difference. I think you might be able to get away. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep using the new rotors I bought. I mean, it's a part that's gonna wear out anyways, and I have 95,000 miles on the car, so why not swap the rotors out and put new rotors on the car as it is, since I'm doing this. But I just wanted to pass that information along to you guys. So right now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna clean the rotors off with some brake cleaner. I did that previously, but I need to clean up a little bit more, and then I'm gonna paint the hubs and stuff like that on the rotor itself black, so you don't have that rust look on them. So we're gonna get started with doing that first. Alright guys, I just wanted to show you this real quick. Like I said, so my car's a 2007, so these are my OEM rotors. I have not changed. These are the ones I've been running with my other two piston calipers. See, so they're like almost the same size as the other ones that I'm putting on there. It looks like they fit. I think you could run them. I mean, I'm not telling you guys should do that, but hey, yeah, you see that's the size that they are. As you can get a close-up look at the clearance. Maybe you guys can get in. Let's see. So I've already really just sprayed these down to get that gunk that they put on there to keep them from rusting while they're in storage. I already did that, so now I'm just going to go over it real quick, a little bit more by hand, so I can really get it clean before I mask it off and paint it. This is exactly what you guys are going to need to complete this install of front calipers, two Brembo rotors, obviously brake pads, and the rotors. You're going to need this banjo bolt. You can order it from Z1. I would get obviously two, one for each caliper, because the one banjo bolt that are on the original calipers are too big, or it's too big. I would also add the two crush washers, so you can replace the ones off the OEM one. Alright, I've already taken the two bolts that hold the old caliper off to get it out the way already. What you're going to need to do is take off the bolts off the center part of the caliper, so you can get the pads out. And then I just put the bolts back in and took the two big bolts. You might want to use a breaker bar because those bolts are in there pretty good. They're a little tough to get out. But yeah, all right, I'm gonna put the rotor on and get this started. All right, put the calipers on. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna put Loctite on it, but I'm gonna do them one at a time. Basically, I'm not gonna tighten it down. Just get one started, and then I will come back out and oh, another thing is when you're installing these, bleeder screw faces upwards, can't face down. Just so when you guys get if you get these and want to install them yourselves, it needs to be facing up so it gets the air out. Otherwise, it won't get all the air out of the brake lines if it's facing down. All right. Brake pads. Let me get some of this lube. All right, now I gotta change the brake line. That might get a little messy. All right, so that's the line right there, right? This is the brake line that we're gonna swap over here. This is the bolt that's too long to go in the back of the caliper. Show you guys real quick how much bigger the old bolt is. Alright, so I had a few little problems getting the brake line switched over. I think I'm good now until I freaking, I don't know, test the brakes out or bleed the brakes. We'll see. I was getting brake fluid all in the back. I don't know if you guys can notice. Paint started stripping off, and that mostly has to do with because I used this brake parts cleaner and it started stripping the damn paint off of it because I wanted to clean it off of the brake fluid. Luckily it's on the back and you don't really see it, so I'm just gonna have to deal with it and be careful on the other side. Anyways, I got it on. It's pretty tight on there. Alright, once you get the caliper off, make sure you don't let it just hang on the damn brake line, because you'll mess up the brake line if you let it just tug on it and stuff like that. Alright, now we got the caliper, or not the caliper, the rotor, and most likely it's seized onto your hub. So what you're going to do is just take a hammer, there we go, and it's off. Just so you're aware, if you plan on reusing rotors and you want to take your rotor off, I would use a rubber mallet instead of just a regular metal hammer, just because it indents on the rotor using a metal rotor. I mean, using a metal hammer. So alright, now that we got the caliper and rotor off, caliper and rotor off, just repeat like we did on the other side. Alright guys, sorry it's so loud, but I'm bleeding the brakes right now. Bleeding the brakes are pretty easy. I already did one side because I wanted to, it's the first time I've done it, so I wanted to try it off camera to see and make sure I was doing it right. But I already did the other side of the car. So right now I'm trying to bleed this one. If you guys want to know how to bleed your brakes, I will link a video right up in the corner in the card. The Chris Fix It. He does great videos on how to, fix your car. So I will, send you guys that way if you want to learn how to do it. and I am officially done swapping over the brakes, brake calipers, and upgraded. I bled them. Just for warning, I had to use, threw the bottles away already. I had to buy 2 of those little, these 12 fluid ounces. I needed 2 of these to bleed my brakes. Just heads up if you guys want to do this. Let's break down the cost of this entire build for upgrading your brakes. Okay. First, the calipers. The calipers were $100 a piece, plus I think it was a $60 core charge, so it came out to about $360 with tax. I think it was around $380 just for the calipers by themselves. The rotors and brake pads were $100 altogether for 2 rotors and 2 brake pads. And then I needed the banjo bolt, which ended up costing me about $15. They're about a little under $4 from Z1, $4 each for Z1, but the shipping made it like $15. On top of that, what else did I spend money on to do this? The brake fluid, that was $10 I spent on two bottles of brake fluid, and all the cans of paint. The vinyl Nissan stickers was about $6 from eBay. I used 3 cans of VHT paint, primer, caliper paint, and clear coat. That came out to about $28 for that. So basically, add that up. It was about $413 to do this entire upgrade for the front. I think that's pretty good, especially since buying legit Brembo calipers. Well, not legit, but Brembo calipers off of a used calipers for front and back usually resell for anywhere from like $700 to $900. So I think it's a win-win if I spent that much. If I do the rear, I would assume the rear is probably going to be about the same. I mean, I'm going to have the paint, so I'm not going to have to buy the paint again. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't think it was too long. I'm going to have to see. It took me about 2 hours to do the entire install. That's not too bad, honestly. And I've never bled brakes before. I've never swapped over brake lines onto another caliper before. So yeah, first for everything. Anyways, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Like the video, that helps me out big time, and subscribe. All right, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.